Breaking news from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
4-year-old Garret Frey was riding on the back of his father's motorcycle when his blanket got caught in the back wheel, causing a crash, severing his spinal column.
The following images are graphic. Viewers' discretion is advised.
All right, everyone, that'll be the end of the class. You guys have a great weekend.
Teacher,
What happened now?
Garret made a mess.
What?
Ew.
Okay, we gotta have someone clean that up.
Oh, hi guys. I'm sorry I'm late.
No
I'm here to help
problem.
Garret.
Thank you
Hi,
very
Garret. Have a
much.
good day.
Wow.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. We'll
Ew.
bring you to the bathroom.
Ew, Garret.
All right, Garret. We're gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Sorry to interrupt class.
Now following up on Garret Frey's motorcycle accident.
The family is now fighting for justice. They believe schools should pay for individual nursing services for students with severe medical disabilities.
Now live from the courtroom.
Justice, may it please the court. The federal statute, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, specifically provides that school districts are not required to provide medical services to students, except for evaluation and diagnostic purposes. Therefore, the fundamental issue in this case is whether nursing services, which must be continuous and exclusive for one student, constitutes medical services. When we go to a physician's office and we see a nurse, and the nurse gives us an injection, we certainly think we're getting a medical service. Similarly, if we go to a dialysis clinic and a technician administers dialysis, we think we're getting medical services.
Besides, I follow what you're saying, but we do have the Tatro case, and I would have said in one sense the CIC is a medical service. So it seems to me, at least from your brief, that you're not resting on the character of the care that's rendered. Is it a catheter or what it is? But the volume of it and the cost. So it's the nature of the service seems to be not part of your calculus. In other words, if you took this string of caregiving and you broke it down and you just had one, would you say, oh, that's a medical service, it's not diagnostic?
Justice Ginsburg, catheterization, even clean intermittent catheterization, is also commonly thought of as a medical service. However, we have to find a balance between those things that are the broad medical service and those things which are school nursing services, which are required under the regulations as a related service. So somehow we have to find a test that will be, what is a school health service provided by a school nurse versus those things that are just generally thought of as medical. Certainly CIC, as this court found, was a service that could be provided by a school nurse in a short period of time. In fact, Amber Tatro was a young girl and was quickly going to be able to
But
provide it.
my question to you is, are you saying every one of these services on the list? He said doctors cost a lot of money and hospitals cost a lot of money. Now, you are now telling us that doctors and hospitals just don't fit into this picture. So was he wrong in the impression that he had that they somehow would have, but for this medical services exception?
No, we're in agreement with Justice Berger that they carved out physician services because of cost. But we also believe that medical services was never intended to mean only physicians. Certainly one-on-one nursing all day, this case indicates $20,000 to $30,000 a year, could be more costly than a physician.
But you're recognizing that he wasn't dealing with an imaginary case when he thought that doctors and hospitals could have been part of this picture.
That doctors and hospitals could be part of the included services, or
But for this exception, because he mentioned them in his opinion. He said, you see, those things are very expensive, so I understand that Congress wouldn't want them to be covered.
I believe Justice Berger said that the agency definition of included services, which made a distinction between physicians and non-physicians, and then went on to say in Tatro that they have carved out physician services because it added additional expense to districts. But in fact, if we use that analysis, the additional expense to districts of intensive nursing services would be greater than what an intermittent physician service could be. We also have to remember that this court decided in the Rowley case in 1982 that the IDEA was in the nature of a contract with the states, and as such that any conditions attached to the funding must be unambiguously stated. This is particularly true in education, which is traditionally left to states and localities. The Congress did not specifically list in Section 17 that nursing services would be provided. And we would have to assume that there is some indication in the Act itself that felt they did not think it should be provided. If you look at the literal language of the statute, it says that all corrective, developmental, and supporting services needed to allow a child to benefit from education is included, and then it has the medical service exclusion. But Congress went on and gave some specific listings, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, social work services, psychological services. If Congress had intended for medical services to be a narrow definition of physician services, they would not have needed to list all those specific ones because it would have been covered under any supportive service. However, a better interpretation would be that they intended a broad definition of medical and then listed those in order that these would be provided.
All right, hello everyone. So, well, interesting case happened in Cedar Rapids. We are seeing the case first time where medical services is going to be incorporated into related services. So medical services is a service provided by a physician, and the related services is the service necessary for a child to benefit from special education. So let's see how it goes and how Garret is going to be able to get all the benefits without the family being so impacted.
In enacting the statute, Congress intended to open the doors of public education to all qualified children and require participating states to educate disabled children with non-disabled children whenever possible. We therefore conclude that the district must fund the related services at issue in order to help guarantee that students like Garret are integrated into public schools.